Today, I'm behind the wheel of a 2024 Toyota Sequoia. This has got the Platinum trim. And in this video, let's talk about this. I'll break it down what's new this year for 2024. We'll talk about my top 5 likes and dislikes, although it may more be like 6, 7 of each. I got a lot of things to talk about with this Sequoia. I drove it around, drove from Denver. I towed my four-wheeler with it, went out and played in the dirt with that. That was a lot of fun. And yeah, I have a lot of thoughts on this. I've had a lot of people stop this week at my house, ask me questions about it. There's a lot of people really curious about this, or get the Grand Highlander. That's been a tough conversation. So let's go ahead and get to this video, and let's start with the exterior walk around. We'll do interior and driving impressions, all that kind of stuff. Let's kick these things off before I hop outside, talking about the exterior. We'll talk about the pricing on the sheet. So this is a 2024 Toyota Sequoia four-wheel drive. 20 combined, 19, 22. I'm getting about 18.1. I'll talk more about that in the driving impressions as well, for the fuel economy. This year, you get the Platinum with the TRD off-road package, which is right here. You get the different tires, the skid plate, Bilstein shocks, the red start button, TRD start button, kaboom, and red there as well. And then you have crowd control, multi-train select. This is really good stuff for, say, going up there and not so much on pavement. This is more off-road stuff. I have a lot of videos on that. I'm not going to get into it too much in this video. We have a tow haul mode, and then I can turn this dial, and you can see different drive modes there on the screen. You can see normal, eco, sport, okay? And this is the dash, and by the way, the flickering is just a refresh rate on this camera versus that screen. I'll try to show, if I can, with my phone. Sometimes it does better than that, if we get details on that in the interior. But you get that TRD off-road package, front skid plates, and the all-weather liners for a total retail price of $82,338. That's all in with all the features. It starts at $76,465, and I check in my notes, it starts at $61K for not the Platinum trim. And Platinum trim is actually right kind of in the middle of the trim lineup, which I think is interesting. So I'm gonna get out and let's go ahead and talk about the exterior. And interestingly enough, this engine is actually running currently. We're running on the hybrid powertrain. So we're running off the battery right now. So that's why it's really quiet. Yeah, that's what's going on. iForce Max, name of the hybrid setup, 3.4 liter twin turbo V6. We have this front grille. I like the way the Platinum is done. Toyota's done this. I didn't love the Tundra with the Fu Manchu looking stuff, but this one, I like the way this is done. I think it looks really sharp on the front. This is that lunar rock color. You know, Toyota's had a lot of criticism over the years of having bland colors. That's not bland. It actually looks pretty good. I like it, especially out here in the wilds of Nebraska. These are the TRD off-road tires. Oh, and these, you kind of see a skid plate down there. And then with the Bilstein arms, we'll see them on the other side. TRD running board, Platinum trim there. Color matched, body color matched door handles. And then over here, you can kind of see the blue, which is the top of the Bilstein shock there. So that is the upgraded shocks. And come around here, we have the Sequoia badge back there. I'm going to show you some more about this in a minute, but I want to double check. I think this button is for, yeah, you can actually pop just this part up or the whole door. That's really useful for dogs and things, or grab them, add them out of there. This is the setup. I want to leave this on here because I want to talk about this a little bit. I did some towing, and I just kind of wish this plastic here was pushed back some more on either side so I can get a lockable piece in here. So the pin, they had to make a locking pin, and I couldn't get my locking pin in there because of this plastic here. So I was kind of hoping this maybe gets moved back up and a refresh or something so you get more of a different style pin in there. There's your connectors for different trailers. Okay, 4-pin and the round. And then the sequential turn signals. I can turn these on for you guys. It wraps around the side, and you see how it wraps, and with the TRD off-road there, which means the off-road package. But if I turned on like this, we should be able to see those. Yeah, see this? It's called sequential. It kind of goes like this, and it does the same thing on the back side here too. The tow mirror does it as well, and we'll talk more about these tow mirrors, but they are pretty big. Oh, hi. Pretty big size tow mirrors. And then on the back, yeah, it's sequential turn signals. They look pretty cool. I do like that look. They came out with this in the Sequoia. Let's go ahead and start in the second row. We'll talk more about that. Oh, and real fast, I'll do a payload is 1,290 pounds. That means that's the max amount of weight you can have in this cabin. People, cell phones, bags, all that kind of stuff. And then if you tow, you gotta take part of the tongue weight against that as well. So keep that in mind. You can overload this vehicle really fast. Most people do, and they don't even know it. Here's that blue trim I was talking about. I like the way the stitching is, the blue stitching I should say, goes through there. And then we do have the nice, keep the sun out of the kids' faces situation there. I have a little bit of chrome here, good door handle, good grab handle. I always like these grab handles, and this one here, it's nice to rest your arm up here so you can get that long road trips. It's a great spot for your arm. I enjoyed that when I had the Tundra. There is some cup holders there. Here's your seating here. We can, this does go, see, I think I pushed it. Oh, sorry. That moves that seat back, so I can move that seat back from here. And then this one here, if I recall, goes like this and it goes up. So you can get in. Well, I wish they had a handle here, like they do have in the Grand Highlander. They have a handle here to grab hold of. Helps you get in. Would be nice to have it there. Some cup holders. You can fit some people back there. We'll go ahead and give it a shot. I do have a grab handle here, which I really enjoy, because the running boards are just not quite long enough for my shoes. So it's nice to have that additional kind of spot there. And we'll hop back here. And these are those floor liners that I talked about when we talked about the pricing. Okay, all right. I'm not the most limber person, but yeah, this is body on frame, axle below me, so I'm not gonna have much headroom back here. So this is definitely for a kids area. I'm 5'6", and I really can't fit back here. That's the long and short of it. We do have some spots here. I can move the seat. I don't know why I have the control here. Oh, I can recline. I can recline. So if I recline a seat, probably get my head back in there. Cup holders, this is kind of nice. You do have a spot back here for the kids too, to keep them from being overheated with the sun. And then we'll come around, and we'll come around over here. Ouch. Hitting my head quite a bit right now. Move around. Okay. I feel something now. Again, a good handle there. Go a long way. Oh my gosh. Third rows. Not my friend. Okay, second rows. Let's hop in this. I'll grab the grab handle again. Hop in and close the door. Okay, so third row, not a fan of mine. Not a fan. I get an armrest. Armrest nice because it goes up and down. It catches. We do have some controls back here. I actually have cooled second row seats, which I didn't realize that was a thing, but it's been a bit hot topic conversation lately. And it's nice to have your passengers down here be nice and comfortable. I have a panel sunroof that comes about here. I have headroom back here. So this is, for me, a good amount of space for passengers, and you have the cargo room. What I don't like about what they did with the redesign is the way they did the seats back there and the way the storage back there, they kind of, I feel like, favored on the side of the passengers. And I feel like the Grand Highlander does a better job with passengers back there, and this should have been more set up for hauling cargo better, in my view, than passengers better. So the seats fold down, they move back and forth, and I'll show you a video on that. One of the criticisms of the new Sequoia is the rear cargo area. Let me think, oh, it's right here. And I want to show this off. It is something unique. They kind of made it more passenger friendly with these seats that come out and the little storage bins down here. You can move this around, create your own storage space, multi-level. But if you go to haul anything, like the bottom of this recliner, you don't have much room. So that's the pro and con. You can slide those seats back and forth, create more leg room, but when you haul something, it's not so great. And so yeah, you can move those seats around, but to me, I would love to have a flat loading floor back there, dogs, cargo, that kind of stuff. Actually, it was a funny story. Had somebody stop by my house, and she goes, "Hey, what do you think of she goes, "What do you think of the Sequoia?" And I said, so funny story on that. I had a neighbor stop by, and she pulls up and says, "Hey, what do you think of the Sequoia? Are you reviewing it?" She goes, "I know the rear seat cargo area sucks." And I'm like, he kind of nailed it. So that was first conversation. But I said, if you're going to haul people, I think the Grand Highlander makes more sense. If you're going to haul cargo and need a tow, the Sequoia makes more sense. So that's kind of my 2 cents on that sense. Making sense. Well, that sounds awkward. Okay, let's go ahead and get in the front seats. Okay. Come around the front and we'll look at this. So I do have the powered seats. I also have an extender for the, that should be working. I may have to hold it down. Should pop out a little more, yeah. Oh, there it goes. I just needed to be more patient. I'm just not patient today. That pops out. Really good sitting position for a lot of people. I do have some set buttons for the controls for sitting your seats. The controls there for your mirrors, and the mirrors do fold in. They're power folding mirrors, so that's nice. Went through the car wash the other day, figured that one out. I have auto high beams, gas door. I have lights as well on these, and they can go, you can extend those and then come back with those. So, and then they have a heated button as well. I think it's, I saw heated somewhere, I thought. So those are, I mean, really good towing mirrors. They're really, really quality towing mirrors. You just gotta decide whether you need towing mirrors or not. That'd be the biggest question for you. Hop inside, look this way, you and me, babe. Hey, hey. All right, so we have digital dash here, and I'm gonna turn it off, so yes, it will perform auto turn off. There's fuel economy, there's your torque, there's your how much charge battery has, there's your fuel, which is low, because yeah. And I think there's a way to go through the screens over here. You can figure out what drive mode you're on, that kind of stuff there, and there's different screens as you go through, dialing them up. Okay, so then I have controls here. I have the locking rear differential, because this is the TRD off-road package, heated and cool seats in the front, and the trailer. This is the back of a trailer button. I swear I thought that thing had heated mirrors. Maybe I'm just seeing the light as different, so maybe it's just the light that I got confused. I can get confused at times. I do have a sunglass holder. I was a big fan of that. I don't know why more brands don't have it. They have a digital rear mirror, which some people like, some people hate. I like it at night, cuts down the glare quite a bit. There's USBs there and controls there. So let me move this over out of the way. In the glove box over there, move this, and then this is the new kind of setup. So you have a little storage bin here for, I don't know, whatever. I got a pocket knife with me. Oh, that fits. I have sunglasses, which I can put up there, but I have a little tray here, and then which I use quite a bit. I actually like this little tray. When I had the Tundra, I used it all the time. I had reached down there without having to open up the full thing. And you have his and her armrest kind of deal, which is nice as well for traveling. They've really set this interior up in a way that makes it nice for like road trips, because you have his and her armrest there, plenty of cup holders, good stuff there. There is a wireless phone charger down there, which, let me show you that. Let me get my phone in my pocket, and we'll move this out of the way and back here. And this is the phone charger. My phone doesn't charge because I have a, oh, it does, it's charging at the moment. Wow. Huh. Usually it doesn't because the case I have, this case I have just doesn't do a lot of wireless charging really well. But the thing is that with Toyota, I'm finding is they really, across the lineup, haven't had a good situation yet for charging. Like, your phone moves like this when you're driving. The Tundra moves like crazy. The Camry, the new Camry is even worse. There's nothing holding that thing in the phone. I think a left-hand turn the Camry. My phone was over in the across my lap. Right-hand turns passenger side. The new Crown Signia, I don't really have a good spot for that yet. So I feel like across the lineup for Toyota vehicles, they just don't have a really good grasp on how to do a good wireless charger. Okay, so then I don't know what I'm listening to, but let's try to show you on the screen here. So this may still flicker on my, yeah, it's still flickering on my phone too. I'm going to try to show you this, but it's just, there's not a good way to show you this. I'll put the, okay, let me try to show you the screen. The refresh rate on Toyota vehicles, I don't know, for whatever reason, I just can't get it to work with my phones and things. But you have Apple CarPlay, navigation, you have music, phone, this is vehicle kind of settings. You can see trip information, vehicle alert, that kind of deal. And then you have settings for how you want to Bluetooth, general connections, Wi-Fi, that kind of stuff. You do have to create a profile when you first get the vehicle, and you link your key fob to your phone app to this. I've never liked that. I feel like that's kind of a, I don't know, it's never been a fan of mine. And I've talked a lot about it. They've made some changes to the system based on my feedback. Now you can take phone calls and it actually quiets down the music while you're talking on the phone. That's great. And apparently I found out that everybody inside the Infotainment System offices there in Toyota knows my name, because I've been critical of the system. So I will say this, I think they've made improvements to it. I still have my bugaboos about it. I don't always want to have a driver profile, but they do that in the thought process of more security, and so you don't have somebody hop in your vehicle, press your button, figure out where your house is, go rob your house for having dinner. I get it. For me, I'd err the other way and have valet mode and have maybe 2 key fobs, one for valet, one for not. Just small things like that. It has never sat well with me. So kind of going over the likes and dislikes real fast. Well, let me change the camera so I can talk to you a little bit better on this. Okay, let's go over my likes, dislikes. I've made a list this morning while I was having coffee, thinking about it. So real quick, I'm gonna turn on the cooled seats though, and you're gonna hear some wind noise, it sounds like. And I remember getting emails when the 2022 Tundra came out, and people were like, where's this wind noise coming from? And they realized it's the cooled seats. Something to keep in mind. Just so you know, if you've ever had that experience. So likes, I like the styling, I like the exterior of what they've done with this. I like the powertrain. The hybrid is a much smoother powertrain than the gasoline engine. I like the interior. I like how the interior is all set up, and I like the styling of the Platinum trim especially. I like the towing mirrors when I'm towing. They're really great mirrors. Extending, power folding in. I got lights there. I really like the way they've done that. I like the seats. Seats are comfortable. This is a soft text, I believe is what they're calling it in Toyota's verbiage. It's not leather, but it's not really like, it's not cloth. I had them in the Tundra. I felt they're pretty good seats. Didn't have any butt complaints. No sore butt. Big fan of that. Dislikes, I don't like how there's not a mile per gallon benefit to the hybrid as opposed to like the Grand Highlander I've talked about. Gets a lot better fuel economy. This is a lot better fuel economy than the prior generation Sequoia, for sure. I'm showing 18 on the screen, but prior generation Sequoia was like 15. So I made an improvement. I just would like even more improvement. I talked about tow hitch. I'm not a big fan of the tow hitch situation with that not being able to have a locking pin in there. I couldn't get mine in, and I'm just confused why it can't be just a little bit different designed. I didn't like the rear storage. We've talked about that. Like towing mirrors, pros and cons. Making a turn with towing mirrors is, am I clear? Am I not clear? Am I clear? Not clear, not clear, clear. Yeah, it's quite the thing. And then, oh, the seat design. So I'm feeling around it. So the Tundra, people are cracking the seat on these, and I feel like this is the same design, and I want it to be, I think in a refresh, they can redesign the seat so they don't have a cracking issue. So I'll keep the camera going, but I'll show you right here with my phone. This is what I'm talking about. This design right here, people are cracking this right through here. I know my Tundra was getting loose right through that situation. I could feel it cracking getting out of that. And no, it's not because I'm fat. It's not because you're skinny. It's not anything to do with that. I've seen people weighing 100 pounds cracking the seats. I've seen people weighing 300 pounds cracking the seat. It's a bad design in that. I do like they have better towing, 9,500 pounds of towing versus the prior generation. It's up about 2,000 pounds, and so I think it's 2,000. I didn't make a note. I'm sorry. It's up quite a bit. 9,520 pounds. It's up quite a bit in prior generation. So I feel like in many ways the Sequoia is kind of a mixed bag. They've improved a lot of things about it, and then they've made some things that make me shake my head. And then it's kind of just, I don't know, it's one of those interesting things. Let's go ahead and get on the road, and I'll tell you more about driving impressions, and we'll wrap this up. Okay, now behind the wheel of the Toyota Sequoia, this rides like a Tundra, right? It's the same body on frame, the same drive dynamics. It rides more like a truck than you would, say, the Grand Highlander. And I know that because I've driven a lot of Tundras and I own the Tundra. So it feels very natural to me, but you definitely can feel more road vibrations. You definitely feel like it's a bigger vehicle. It doesn't drive as big as you think it is, but guys, it's a 3-row body on frame. That's what it is. I do like the visibility. I feel like I have pretty good visibility as far as the windshield. The tow mirrors are always going to be a topic of conversation. Whether you like them or hate them, you know, they do work well with towing. They do look monstrous on the outside exterior, as you saw, and they do block your line of sight, making turns, left and right hand turns. So pros and cons with that. My feeling on towing mirrors is simple. If you do plan on towing quite a bit, they're really nice to have. If you don't, the regular mirrors are fine. For what I was towing my 4-wheeler, I would have done regular mirrors, no big deal. This is more, towing mirrors are more for me for pull behind campers. Longer vehicle, longer things you're towing. So just gotta make a decision when you're ordering this, which one to go with. The power delivery with the powertrain, power delivery, and power a lot. Power. It's good, it's nice and smooth. It's one of the things that Toyota has done really well, is that the hybrid powertrain is really made well with the 10-speed transmission. And you just go. You don't have to, you don't feel like you have hunting for gears, you don't feel like you have any hesitation, turbos building up, that kind of deal. Really, the hybrid has much smoother driving characteristics than a normal gasoline engine. And the extra power is nice. Now, one of the things that I don't love about the body-on-frame hybrid systems that Toyota's developed is they're really not as good in fuel economy as the unibody vehicles. The Grand Highlander, for example, gets 35 miles per gallon. all day. I have friends who bought them. That's all they put in. 35 miles per gallon. I think our friend he said he put $30 in gas in the first 1,600 miles in that vehicle. It's not a lot. This one, 24 miles per gallon. I've almost on empty, and I've driven this, let's see, from Denver and back. I've probably almost driven 300 to 400 miles with this, and I'm nearly on empty. Yeah. So you're going to use more fuel in this. It's just the way this hybrid system set up. So a lot of people think in their head like, oh, hybrid, fuel economy. Not in this case. Just a different type of setup. But, you know, overall, seat comfort's good. Visibility's pretty good, except for the mirror issue, pro and con there. The cruise control, the safety systems, as far as lane centering and stuff, work well. Yeah, I'm currently averaging 18 miles per gallon. So everything works really well in this setup. So 18, not even close to 24, but I don't know. Take that for what you will. That's what the computer is telling me at the moment. Like I said, everything I like everything laid out. I like this better than Tundra, especially with this way I can see the windshield better, and I think it's a solid rig. I think Toyota's done a good job in updating this, albeit the criticisms I have in this video I talked about. So there you go. For more, check videos up over here. No, it's there. No way. The website down below, pickuptrucktalk.com. As always, thanks for watching. I will see you down the road.